Thank you for spending some time with us today.
Thank you, Mark.
I wanted to ask, really, Bruno, the kind of technical problems that PV manufacturers are facing with their backsheet material.
Backsheet has really some basic performances that should be accomplished, and the performance is long life, long lasting in environment. An environment is humidity, ozone, UV light, etc. And has also to guarantee insulation from the backsheet, electricity is there, as well, let's say, protection against the humidity that could permeate through it and reach cells and conductor and so on. These are I would say, the main performances of required of a backsheet. To accomplish this target, manufacturer uses several layers of material, makes a composite with adhesive and so on, and in this way they could achieve the desired target for the customer.
But why are different backsheet materials required?
I think that this comes maybe from the fact that there is a very huge request, and in this huge request the quantity is not always available. Therefore, alternative has been proposed to the market, each one of them with their performance, their characteristics and their good points, everyone has.
So what you're saying is that due to the demand and obviously the growth of the industry, the demand for backsheet materials that traditionally were used in low quantities are simply not available in the higher quantities. So you're having to search and develop, different types of backsheet materials, just simply from the demand perspective.
Yes, of course. You have to think that this industry is growing very fast. If you come back 10 years ago, maybe 1 megawatt was being built in the world. And the material, whichever material you have selected 10 years ago, was in quantity, available in enough quantity to feed the market. Today we are talking about gigawatt. Gigawatt is like the oil. When you have a big demand, some resources you discover that are limited. Therefore, you have to introduce new material that, for sure, beside the performances that should be saved, should be, let's say, available in, let me say, unlimited quantity, whether it's possible to say this.
How long does it take then for you to develop a new backsheet material, get it certified and accepted by the industry that it meets all the performance requirements?
The cycle, in our experience, is about 4 years, 3 years. This is the time in which our engineer could research, make their test, and then apply for field test. Because at the end of the story, we are backsheet manufacturer, but in the reality, the truth, the success is declared by the customer. So as first, the customer should be satisfied, not my technicians. That's a long story for every industry.
But obviously, you have to meet the performance requirements, and I appreciate that in certain places there's more humidity, there's more arid, type of conditions. So you have to prepare different backsheet materials for different climates, I'm assuming, as well.
No, normally we have a very easy line to follow. That is the standard required by the industry. The standards are well designed by UL and by ESC. This is a standard. And this is the first target, accomplish the standard. Then every single customer has specific standard defined by themselves. And this is the second step. But the international standard is already a guideline. Of course, this standard was valid 5 years ago. Now we have million and million and million of modules in the world, and the standard maybe will change in the next future, becoming much more stringent, much more accurate. Everybody has learned so much during this period, and this learning will give us and will give to the industry also an improvement on the standard, standard direction.
Now, with the tough performance requirements required of a backsheet material, I find it interesting that also people are requesting different colours, and there's a cosmetic side to this that really shouldn't be. Why is that? Why are people doing this?
No, okay. When we talk about color, there are two areas. One is in the air side. Color, people says that if it's black could reduce the temperature of the module, and that could be a technical reason. Instead, on the front side, when the customer look at it, as you know, is nice appearance always helps. And if you see, there is also an effort by the PV module manufacturer to make a module that is nice. Better to have nice car can be sold better than a not nice car. That's it. That's it.
Well, a final question for you is, obviously performance is a crucial part of a backsheet material, but it's also the emphasis now, because of the quantities required, is on cost reduction. What things do you do to reduce the cost of the backsheet material?
Yes, very simple. We did that. In the design of our bestseller, we did a joint development agreement with DuPont Asian Film. That is the largest polyester manufacturer in the world, with a very, let's say, important laboratory and very skilled people working in the field. They have tools with which is easy to approach mass production, and they have a very efficient tools. Therefore, once the manufacturing required, the quantity required reaches a given volume, their efficiency goes up. Therefore, the cost will be reduced significantly. And that is a process very consistent, and then will take not so long time to be achieved, and we will see the result maybe in the next year, something like that. As you know, there is this very high pressure from the module manufacturer to have a cost reduction to achieve grid parity, and with the offer we are currently having, we try to support this growth and this desire of our customers.